Hey everyone, welcome Public Land Hunters. Today I want to talk about my Lone Wolf tree stand and some of the modifications I've done to it to kill bigger bucks and keep my stand quiet as possible. Alright, today I'm going to be using my Lone Wolf Assault tree stand for example. This is how it pretty much looks when I go out in the woods. Right now I just got 2 sticks on it. You get these bungee cords here, tie a couple knots in them each side, keeps that from wiggling back and forth, and also makes it tighter here since the stand's not as wide at the bottom, so you can hold those sticks on nice and tight when you're walking through the woods. You're not making any clanking noises. And then I also purchased these gun slings I use for shoulder straps instead of actual Lone Wolf straps. They're padded, they're way cheaper, they're only like $7 at Walmart. And we're gonna go ahead and hang this stand here on this tree using this easy hang hook system from Lone Wolf, and show you how to do that and talk about the modifications a little bit more in depth, what you can do to quiet your tree stand down. With that easy hang hook system, it literally is as easy as hanging the stand right on these hooks right here on the tree. It just sets right on there. When I get up in the tree, I can go ahead and put this strap on with this easy hang hook system right away. Gives me a little bit more hands-free instead of trying to fumble with putting this top strap originally, the one that came on there, putting that one on and holding the tree stand at the same time. I put the easy hang hook on the tree first, take this off my back, and just hang it right on there, and it's as simple as that. Another reason I like these Lone Wolf stands, you can see here my platform's leaning way back. With the Lone Wolf system, you have these different adjustments right here. You can loosen this up, and then you can lower it down to this notch right here, and I'll go ahead and do that. And then you just go ahead and tighten those back up, and now you can see that that platform is level now. And you can see I'm on a tree that's slanted a little bit, so that's another reason I like these Lone Wolf stands a lot. The Alpha, the Assault, whatever one you get. Also down here, they have an adjustment for your seat. So if your seat's sticking up a little too much where you don't like it, or you want it leaning back a little bit, you can go ahead and adjust that as well. And then just with the bottom strap, of course, you want to tilt this up, pull that strap tight, and then cam this down. That way you got a nice secure tree stand. Alright, a couple of the modifications I made on here. You can see this is covered with rope right here. This whole front rack. I just took some 5/16 size rope, wrapped it all the way around this whole front part, and then tied a knot, singed it with a lighter so it doesn't come undone. What this will eliminate is when you're pulling your bow up, you can pull it right up in the front. Normally that's where you're pulling it up. You're not going to bang your riser. Your bowstring isn't going to get caught on some of these sharper edges along the tree stand here. You don't got to worry about that. So you're not going to be making any metal tangy noises. Alright, and on my Lone Wolf sticks here, I've taken camouflage tape and wrapped them completely all the way down. That way, if you're accidentally bang one of these sticks together, it's more of a thud sound than a metal tangy sound. Also on my straps here, where the buckle tightens up, I've put tape on there. I've added a little super glue along the edges. That way that's not coming off. But you can tap that with another piece of metal and it just doesn't sound as bad as it normally would. So that's definitely another modification I'd recommend doing with your buckles, the whole stick itself, and then even on these V-brackets where they go up against the tree, I've even added just some electrical tape I wrapped around there. That way, normally when you're taking your sticks apart, these really like clanking together, so I've wrapped those as well. One other modification we got here is your rope to pull your bow up. I got just a clip right here, just a carabiner, and I got it on a bungee cord. So you can see here that'll stretch out. I got roughly 20 or so feet of rope on here. With this stand, I normally don't go much higher than that. It's normally about 10 feet off the ground, so I don't put a ton of rope on here. And with this bungee cord, it allows you to stretch it across to wherever is the best spot to get this on nice and tight, so it's not falling off when you're going through the woods and just giving you a big headache. Alright, I also want to touch base on these straps one more time. I've been using them for a couple years now and they're holding up good. Actually, Winchester makes them. It's a gunsling I've actually put on. I bought 2 gunslings. They're like under $7 at Walmart. So they're padded, give you a little bit of comfort there, and they work quite well. You want to loosen them up before you put anything on, or when you're taking your stand off, you just pull that down here. You want to tighten them up, you just pull the cord there. And they're actually got a little stretchiness to them too, which is nice. And like I said, I've been using them for almost 2 years and they've held up so far. So for $15 strap for both of them, they've been working pretty well. One other thing you can do with these sticks is you can put a stirrup on the bottom here. You know, if you don't need to, I don't know if I'd really even recommend it. You want to be pretty nimble, I guess, and have a little bit of youth on your side to be using those. Sometimes they can wiggle around quite a bit depending on the length you make them and how good a one you make. But you can do that. So if you want to get a couple extra feet up the tree with this stick, your very first stick, you can put that a little bit farther up the tree and put a stirrup on the bottom if you only need that extra 2 or 3 feet.
All right,
so,
and on another note, if you're getting to be a little bit more of a serious whitetail hunter, you're looking for that next trophy buck, and you're hunting a lot of public land, I would highly recommend getting one of these Lone Wolf stands. They are the quietest stand out there. We're not affiliated with Lone Wolf. We're not sponsored by them, but these stands, they're cast, they're not welded, so they're definitely the quietest stand out there. Yes, they're a little bit expensive, but this is the only hang-on stand I have, and then I have a climber. I have 2 Lone Wolves. Those are the only stands I need to get the job done out on the public land. So I would highly recommend, if you're getting serious about hunting big bucks out on the public land, or anywhere for that matter, I would highly recommend a Lone Wolf tree stand.